Welcome to my next Big Bang Theory Season 12 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am or rewatching or watching the Big Bang Theory, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be the Big Bang Theory Season 12, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called The Planetarium Collision, and this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. Raj is finishing up his lecture on the moons of Jupiter at the Griffith Planetarium as Sheldon and Amy pass notes back and forth. Penny finds out that the Coopers are working on Sheldon's super asymmetry string theory project. Howard goes up to Raj to congratulate him on the show, even though he slept through it. He gets to meet the director of the planetarium, who learns that Howard is an astronaut, and then invites him to join Raj doing one of the shows. Raj goes, not like that. Raj does not like that idea. It's pretty clear. Amy has a student volunteer whom she is checking his sensory reactions while his head is isolated in a box. Sheldon comes in and asks if she is busy to talk string theory. Amy says that she is really excited about their paper, but she is in the middle of her experiment. He just gives her one clue and then touches her nose, saying, "Boop." Bernadette's trying to start something with Howard, who is distracted that Raj is mad at him, so they're trying to get it on, and Howard, all he can think about is Raj. Typical. And Howard thinks that it would be fun, but Bernadette feels that he wouldn't want some sexy-ass astronaut sharing the stage with him. How sexy. Thor, sexy, and Bernadette gets what she wants. So she's pretending that Howard is Thor, and he's pretending that she's Raj. Interesting. Sheldon is explaining his string theory to Penny. Leonard comes in and immediately decides to leave. Penny calls him back and is proud that Sheldon came to discuss science with her. Leonard reminds Sheldon that he's not supposed to bore other people's wives. Sheldon then complains about how little time Amy has been able to work with him on the super asymmetry. He finds her work with the brain so boring. Penny then leaves so Sheldon can talk science with Leonard and she can get away. Howard goes to talk to Raj to discuss about them working together. Howard feels that it would be like doing karaoke with a rock star. Raj doesn't have to feel intimidated. Raj replies that he is also very accomplished in his field, and even though he has fears, one is not sharing the spotlight with an astronaut. Sheldon goes to see President Siebert, who may be a physicist, but Sheldon doesn't think he knows anything. He has a doctorate from Indiana University, which causes Sheldon to go very slowly. He explains that Amy was helping him and is distracted by her own work, and that she was helping him conceptualize the differences between symmetry and asymmetry. After throwing in a comment about their sex life, President Siebert says that he doesn't enjoy their little conversations. Amy enters her lab and finds her colleague, Dr. Park, going through her research. He explains to the unaware Amy that he was taking over her project while she was on a sabbatical doing other work. Sheldon runs in with the exciting news that they will be working together full time. Amy is not happy. He learned that Amy was very difficult to replace. Amy is incensed since she has spent years on her projects and that Sheldon has no right to request her removal. Raj comes in with Chinese food to talk about Howard. Raj folded to let Howard join him, and he is afraid that Howard will make it all about himself. Penny tells him to cancel, but Raj doesn't want to look insecure. Leonard tells him that he is insecure and that he walked up 3 flights of stairs for nothing. Raj insists that it is 4 flights since they are on the 4th floor and leaves to go check. That's Penny that leaves to go check. Sheldon and Amy both go to see President Siebert. Amy says that he had no right to reassign her projects, which Sheldon agrees with. Didn't Sheldon ask him to do that? Amy tells her husband that it is his fault. Siebert tells Amy that it is not that easy to remove her back to her project due to manpower considerations. Sheldon tries to interrupt that and ends with giving Amy a boop on the nose. Penny and Bernadette are waiting for the show. She asks Bernadette when was the last time she saw Howard in his astronaut uniform, and then she says a week ago during date night sex, where she was a sexy Russian cosmonaut who is an expert on physics and sex. Penny doesn't want to hear any more about Howard's sex life. Raj starts the show and introduces astronaut Howard J. Wolowitz. Instead of topping each other, they spend the time overly complimenting each other and finally declaring their love for each other. Now Bernadette looks worried and is startled seeing Leonard moved to tears. Sheldon and Amy are asleep as Sheldon dreams about another encounter with his Jedi mentor, the spirit of Professor Proton. They are in a deli on a Star Wars planet of Dagobah. Professor Proton does not recommend the Reuben. Sheldon wants advice after having upset Amy and he wants to make it better. Sheldon knows the advice is coming from his own self-conscious. However, it sounds better from someone older and who is glowing. Professor Proton, rule number 1, never go to bed angry. Rule number 2, if you don't recognize the shoes under the bed, they are not your shoes. Sheldon thinks that they are her shoes, so the Jedi Master tells him not just to go with rule number 1. Sheldon wakes up and gets Amy to wake up too. Sheldon doesn't want them to go to bed angry, while Amy wants him to go back to sleep. She turns over and he goes, Amy, 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 Amy. Like his annoying knock, 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 Amy, knock, 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 Amy, knock, 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 Amy. She doesn't want to talk now. Fine, says Sheldon. He just wants her to know that he wasn't doing anything malicious. Amy defines it as selfish, not letting her sleep. Finally, Amy joins him and admits that she enjoys working with him, but she finds it scary and that she doesn't want to get lost in the we of their relationship. When Sheldon had her taken off the project, she felt that her fear was coming true. Sheldon doesn't want her to feel lost. They make up and turn over to go back to sleep, but not before he checks under the bed for strange shoes. Sheldon feels that when your favorite ghost tells you to do something, you must do it. And that's what ends this episode of The Big Bang Theory. So I'm going to score it a 7.4 out of 10. We're not having the best episodes now, but the show's been on for, going into the 12th season now. So lots of episodes here. I'm going to give it, like I said, a 7.4 out of 10. Character of the episode is Sheldon. Thought about going with Raj. And as many of you know, I rate Penny because Penny's the reason why I started watching The Big Bang Theory and continued watching it. For this episode, I'll give Penny a 7.5 out of 10. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of The Big Bang Theory. What would you rate it? Who would be your character of the episode? And if you want to do what I do and rate Penny, you can definitely do that in the comment section. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.